Hey, today we are going to compare two Austin suburbs, one southwest of Austin, one southeast. Both excellent options if you're looking to buy. All right, today we're going to talk about Dripping Springs, which is southwest of Austin, and Bastrop, which is east of Austin. Both of these are ideal spots if you're looking to work in the downtown area. You're going to commute from both of them, and the drive time is somewhat comparable depending on the time of day and the conditions. So if you're coming from Dripping Springs, it's going to take between 35 and 45 minutes, depending on the time of day, to get into downtown. And your biggest hiccup, kind of trouble point, is at the Y at Oak Hill, which is slated to be completely overhauled, but it's going to take a long time, and there's going to be traffic during that time as they do construction and route you around. So there's promise in the future of that being like a fantastic commute, but right now it is not. Coming from Bastrop, you're going to be coming in on 290. You're going to pass the airport. That area has also been under construction because there's just so much more traffic on the road that they need to widen it and change it to accommodate it. But with the construction also comes more traffic. So again, depending on the time of day, it may take you about 45 minutes to get into downtown from Bastrop. If you are relocating to work for a big tech company in Austin, a lot of those campuses are northwest Austin near the Domain and off 183. So finding something on the west side of I-35 is a wise choice for you. Dripping Springs is a little bit of a stretch. It's still a long drive up Mopac, which can be hairy at different times of day, but it's much better to be on the west side if you work for one of those companies than to be on the east side of 35. If you are coming to work for Tesla, there's an Amazon out east, or if you are anywhere in the really rapidly exploding southeast area of Austin, then Bastrop is a great fit for you because, again, you're not having to cross over 35 to get to the other side. We're seeing a lot of people relocating and staying in their hemisphere, west or east of 35, just to have a more manageable commute. If you have a family and kids and you're interested in public schools in these two areas, Dripping Springs definitely wins on public schools. They are consistently rated higher. Some websites give them an A-. Bastrop schools get a C+. So that's definitely something to keep in consideration. Now, one thing I will say is that if you're looking to move into Bastrop and you don't like the public schools, is Idea Public Schools. That is, there are a couple of campuses. There's one on East Slaughter and there's one in Kyle that can be reached from Bastrop fairly easily and is another choice for families with kids in school. All right, let's talk about the personalities of the two areas first. So I've said this in videos before, but I-35 is our north-south highway, and it sits right on top of a fault line. So if you are on 35 and looking west, you actually see a noticeable difference in landscape. It's much more rocky and much more hilly, more cactus, more dryness out to the west toward Dripping Springs. So that's the kind of feel of that area. There are a lot of breweries out there, a lot of distilleries, wineries are growing in popularity. There's a very popular barbecue called the Salt Lick and Driftwood. So that is the culture out there. As far as like a downtown, there's less historical stuff in Dripping Springs. There's a lot more strip malls, but again, a lot more wonderful places for alcohol. What else is out there? Oh, the other wonderful thing about Dripping Springs is that it's dark sky certified, which I personally love. So that means that they have regulations on the amount of light pollution that they have in Dripping Springs. A lot of the signs and just like outdoor lighting have to turn off at certain times at night to keep their skies really dark so you can see an incredible amount of stars when you're out there. Really lovely. Okay, conversely, on the east side of 35, so if you're remembering that fault line, you look west, it's all hilly. You look east, it's a lot more flat. You've got out toward Bastrop, you've got actually piney woods, and you've got I feel like it's like a richer, flatter landscape out there. Bastrop has a lot of state parks. It has McKinney Roughs. Actually, McKinney Falls is on the way out to Bastrop, so kind of accessible easily from that area. There's a Lower Colorado River Authority campground out there called the South Shore at Lake Bastrop. Really terrific place to go camping. They've got electric and water, which is important to me when I camp. So just a lot of ways to get out, paddle on the lake, fish, be outside, kind of in touch with nature if that's your thing. Bastrop also, I think, wins in terms of charm. It's got a really cute downtown area that is older, but it's been really beautifully restored, and there's a lot of cute restaurants going in there. Just different places like that have been kind of revitalized. So that's one key difference. The other big difference is the price and the cost of living when it comes to buying a house. Bastrop also has this really unique, some people call it a problem and some people call it an attraction. They've got lots of chickens that just roam in downtown Bastrop. So you can hear them sometimes. If you're out eating in one of the cafes, you might see a chicken go walking by. I think it's awesome. I think that they have caused some problems for the people that live there, but it's an interesting little tidbit about Bastrop. Inventory is still low. Even when you go out as far as Bastrop and Dripping Springs, we're still seeing multiple offers on properties. Biggest difference though is that when you look at the ratio of the sales price to the list price, both of these areas are selling closer to 100%. So that means not a whole lot higher than their list price. So most houses are selling at or above list price, but not by like 50,000 like we're seeing in Buda and South Austin. So a refreshing statistic to learn in light of everything else going on right now. Your average sales price in Bastrop is $340,000. Bastrop has a very wide range of different types of housing. There is a decent number for sale that are like larger lots with a mobile home on it. There are also some really nice new communities going in, like the Colony, which I shouldn't say is going in. It's there, but it's newer and it's just really attractive, really high quality homes on larger lots. So there's a whole spectrum of different types of housing in Bastrop. And some of those are helping keep the numbers a little bit lower, but we are seeing appreciation quick there like we are everywhere else. In Dripping Springs, your average sales price is closer to $800,000. So there's a huge difference in terms of cost of living and what your dollar will buy you. Dripping Springs has just historically been a more expensive area, and that trend is continuing. So something definitely worth keeping in mind when you're factoring in the commute time and your quality of life and your lifestyle and all those different parts of your house buying decision. So who wins between these two? It just depends on your budget, whether schools are important to you, what kind of lifestyle you're looking for, and of course where you're going to be working and how long of a commute you can tolerate. So all really important things to keep in mind. No clear winner. You're gonna win either way. Oh, please like and subscribe to our channel. We would love to see you on our next video.